2 thumbs down, very disappointed. Ugh. And meanwhile, in lighter news, in cultural news, I understand. The markets are putting me in a bad mood. Also, I want President Trump's plans to succeed, as I've said 1,000 times here on the show.
Yeah.
President Trump is doing too much important work for all of it to be waylaid by bad things happening. And so I'm in a bit of a bad mood, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I decided to do something that put me in even a worse mood, and that was I watched the new preview for Superman that was put out by James Gunn.
It looks good.
Now, as y'all know, not a huge James Gunn fan. Fine in Guardians of the Galaxy when it's all sort of like ridiculous humor, kind of gonzo humor. People unsurfaced his old tweets that were kind of jokey, ugly tweets in early days of Twitter. James Gunn, based on those old tweets, was actually fired by Marvel. And I will say that I publicly supported the idea that he should be rehired because you shouldn't cancel people based on jokes that they made back when Twitter was a jokier place. And now he's directing the new Superman movie.
I agree.
And we can watch this preview together. It sucks. It's bad. I hate to break it to you. It's just, it's terrible. Here we go.
No, it's not. It's great.
So for those who can't see, Superman is wounded and he is lying on the snow. The original preview, it just showed at this point Crypto the dog arriving.
Which immediately is genius. I never got into Superman because nobody could hurt him, usually, right? This is a great way to raise the stakes and introduce us to the fact that, oh, there's actual stakes here. Superman can actually get hurt. The villain in this movie is actually going to be a threat, and there's actually going to be some tension. And something interesting is actually happening. And I'm looking forward to having a movie where Superman, can actually be in real danger. And hopefully it's not just kryptonite. Like that to me seems kind of like lame, like all the time. Like even in Zack Snyder's Justice League movie, Superman was the threat, but then there was no way for him to be hurt. And so, I don't know. I just never... The risk of him dying was never that high outside from being stabbed in the chest with kryptonite. And I don't know, like obviously he can die, but I just never felt like the stakes were that high. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but that's...
But this preview is much longer. Here comes Crypto. Good. He whistles for Crypto, the super dog. So Crypto arrives, and then Crypto proceeds to, for well over a minute, beat the living hell out of Superman. He's screaming in pain as Crypto jumps on him. And continues to nudge him, bite him.
He's acting like a real dog.
Okay, I don't see the purpose of this.
Take me home.
The purpose is...
So this is not dramatic, it's just silly and ridiculous. Okay, and then finally Crypto figures out that he needs to take Superman back to the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, but it's funny and interesting. And actually creates, a bit more depth. Like, why would you... I don't like movies where everything is just automatically perfect. There's no tension between Crypto and Superman. There's nothing like that at all. Like, hey, this is something interesting. It's something to talk about. Something to make me think. I think this is a great idea.
Every James Gunn joke is a Monty Python joke. Just lasts 3 times too long. So now Crypto is dragging Superman's prone body through the snow back toward the Fortress of Solitude, which arises from the Arctic.
The ground.
And it's a cool-looking Fortress of Solitude, I'll give you that. But don't worry, it gets worse. Once Superman is brought inside, a team of robots, presumably of Kryptonian origin, then starts to handle him, and they have one of the most nonsensical exchanges in any James Gunn movie, which is to say pretty nonsensical.
Superman!
Oh, I don't think it's that nonsensical. They have a little bit of a diverse...
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12. She's new.
He looked at me.
With a healthy dose of yellow...
Right, like that. It's kind of like a bit of a contradiction, a little bit. I think it's fun. I don't understand why people hate this. I mean, maybe I'm too soft. Maybe I don't know. But come on, that's cool. This is cool.
Okay, and then they're gonna hit Superman with a magnifying glass. All right. And now he's painfully absorbing the sun, which apparently was not available before. So the sun, which as
it obviously has to be magnified. God.
as we all know, illuminates the Earth, which is the planet we are currently spinning on.
Yeah.
Apparently, only the magnifying glass could make Superman better.
Well, if you left him out, it speeds it up. If you left him out in the sun for months at a time, he would probably get better. But you gotta speed it up. You don't have time to wait. So you magnify the sun to increase the dosage and get better results faster. I don't know why this is controversial. I don't know why this doesn't make any sense. It makes sense. And then the rest of the trailer is just the trailer that we already got, which I liked. Yeah, I'm excited for this movie. But what do you guys think? Is Ben Shapiro right? Is he wrong? I've always thought that he was wrong about movies. Like, I thought the Barbie movie was actually kind of good. I thought the Batman was great, and he hated all of those movies. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, bro? I think he reads things into things too much. Well, his favorite movies are like The Godfather and stuff. So, I don't know. I just always find myself disagreeing with him on movies. I like his policies on some things. I like some of his beliefs and stuff, but every time he talks about a movie, I'm just like, come on, bro. That's not fair. That doesn't make any sense. But what are your thoughts? I want to hear from you guys. Are you excited for a new Superman movie? Do you think Ben Shapiro's right? Am I an idiot? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you.